All right, I will call the February 9th Licensing Hearings and Public Safety Committee to order. Start with roll call. Alder Gravine. Alder Bors.
Here.
Alder Perella.
Here.
Alder Heidemann.
Here.
Alder Russ is here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I need approval of the minutes from the January 26th meeting.
Second.
Alder Bors made the motion. Alder Perella made the second. All in favor of approving those minutes state aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Those are approved. Anybody for public comment? Seeing nobody, we will move on to item number 6. Report 46-25-26 by the Fire Chief pursuant to Section 24-459 of the Municipal Code, submitting the quarterly report showing the benchmark measurements for the fire department for the period commencing October 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025. Chief?
Thank you, Chair. You should have the reports. Just some highlights from the ending of the year. Our call volume increased over the previous year to a total of 7,350. We went up about 13% this past year for our overlapping incidents. And if you recall, those are just meaning that when one call happens, another call will be toned out at the same time, or during that call. We are continuing to increase our training hours, which is a good thing for our ISO rating, and it has a lot to do with the way we operate and our software that we're tracking and the training that we're doing. So that's good news. They did recently, the feds changed over from the NIFRS, which is a National Fire Incident Reporting System, to now include EMS, so it's National Emergency Response Information System. So that affected how we are tracking as well. The state, or the feds changed some of the criteria. So you will see a change in some of our incident tracking, so our total call volume and all that for this upcoming year, because it just started January 1st nationwide. Be glad to answer any questions if you have any. Otherwise, you have the report in front of you.
Any questions for the chief? Alder Bors.
Just a quick question, Chief. Thank you, Chair. You mentioned the ISO rating and the increased training hours. If I recall correctly, the ISO rating, I think we're a 2 and top rating is a 1. How much closer does that get that to the 1 rating? Is it just strictly training hours?
So no, good question. Thank you for asking. So no, it wasn't strictly training hours, but this will also go towards, we were a few points off. And it is a multitude of criteria that the ISO uses to rate municipality. Things from our call center, the training that we do, a training facility, the number of ladder trucks, the response time, a whole bunch of water supply, that kind of thing. So we were very close as we continue to work. And if the council approves our training facility, that will also help. So in fact, I'm hoping we will be extremely close. It depends on those outside factors that I have no control of, water supply, like the pipe size, the capacity, those kind of things. But we are super close, but this will help, yes.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chair.
Alder Perella.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I know I'm pretty sure I ask this question each time, so forgive me for that. But just for a refresher, when the increase in rescues, since population is not increased, right? So the number of calls increased. You have explained that to us other times, but can you please refresh? What is your interpretation of these numbers? Why there is an increase, although the population has not increased?
Sure, thank you for asking. So Alder Perella, it really is a couple things. As our population ages, the amount of times they call for EMS increases. Also, it's the way that our society is now. A lot more people are more educated in calling the 911 system, where in the past maybe they drove themselves or they just dealt with the pain until it was unbearable, if that makes sense. So it is a couple factors in there, but yeah, and as our daytime population increases with businesses or our population itself increases, you'll see that potentially go up as well. We're just in a busier society. More people they have the phones, they dial 911, it's easier. Unfortunately, we do also have more of the repeat customers, as we call them, so they know the system. So sometimes that also weighs into it as well.
Thank you so much. I have just one more. As far as the mutual aid, is mutual aid with other municipalities and the county?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
It's
okay.
also we also assist Orange Cross as well, even though they're a private ambulance because they provide the ambulance service for the county. They're our backup and we're theirs.
Right. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I am looking for a motion.
To the council?
Just one question. Is this file or, yeah,
File.
we need a motion to file.
Okay, I was just reading off.
Oh, sorry.
Make a motion to file.
Second.
All right, Alder Boris made the motion, Alder Perla made the second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. That is approved. All right, item number 7, report 47-25-26 by the police chief pursuant to section 30-50 of the municipal code, submitting the quarterly report showing the benchmark measurements for the police department for the period commencing October 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025. Is the police chief on? No. All right, now I will call on Captain Krasinski.
Okay, thank you for having me. I'm just going to go over the chief's highlighted notes that he made in the report. Crimes against persons ended slightly better than the 5-year average, but a little bit higher than 2024. A lot of the crimes against persons happen behind closed doors, or they're really hard things for us to have a proactive interaction with, or be able to interdict them before they happen or when they're happening. And a lot of them get reported. I think one of the reasons that they're up a little bit is because we're doing a really good job of getting the historical reports. So someone might report a domestic violence, and then we'll ask them, has this ever happened to you before? So a lot of times one reported incident of domestic violence might turn into multiple reports that are logged on the same time because of that historical reporting. The things that we have a really good chance of intercepting: property crimes. It was one of our best, probably our best year ever, with only 21 reported burglaries. I'm sure that the chief has talked in the past about this, but in the year 2011, we had 438 reported burglaries for the year. And so we're down to 21, which is a lofty goal to have, and it's going to take a lot of work to achieve those. None of those were burglaries of businesses, and about half of them were detached, unlocked garages where a bicycle or other small item value was taken. Traffic crashes were the lowest since 2020. As you guys can remember, there was a good chunk of the year where people weren't driving to work and other things, and probably our second lowest in at least 20 years. We attribute that to targeted high visibility traffic enforcement campaigns and focusing them in areas where we have historically high crashes. So the HVEEs are high visibility enforcement and education, where we have multiple officers out doing traffic stops in the same area. And then in addition to stopping people for the violation, we try to give them a piece of education to prevent them from doing the same violations in the future. And then I think the last bullet point here is about how we responded to our goals from 2025. So he's probably gone over this the last 3 quarters as well, but really reinforcing the yearly goals that we have at roll calls and at monthly meetings. We've done a really good job meeting our goals for HVE deployments, neighborhood foot patrols, neighborhood crime or hotspot crime patrols, field interviews. And the only operational benchmark that we didn't achieve was parking tickets. And part of that had to do with the IT interruption that we had late in early 2025.
Any questions? Alder Perella.
Yes, thank you. The increase in high visibility, and I can't remember the the last two EEs. What are they?
Enforcement and education.
Thank you. Enforcement and education. Do you have a way to, so just a quick premise. I had this conversation several times with you and also with the chief as in regards to the traffic issues, or better yet, noise and speed issues that I experience in my district that have been having many conversations about. And I hope that within the stop traffics, there is also the increased stop traffics for modification of the exhaust systems of the cars and so on. Do you have a way to measure the results of this education? As far as we can see that you increased it, which is good, is exactly what also I was hoping with, it's something that we can do as a deterrent. But then how do we measure? Is there a way that we measure that deterrent as a result in future, for example?
Yeah, I mean, certainly we could look at historic numbers for the amount of traffic tickets we've written for a number of different statutes. We have an ordinance for unnecessary engine acceleration and tire squealing. And there's also a couple of state statutes that deal specifically to exhaust systems, failing to maintain your exhaust system, basically like your muffler would fall off or there was a hole in it, or illegal modifications of mufflers. So certainly we can start tracking those numbers and see how effective we are at making those stops and issuing warnings and citations.
Okay, thank you.
Alder Heidemann.
Thank you, Chair. The number on hotspot crime patrols.
Yes.
See, it's a huge number. Now, is that another way? Is that part of the neighborhood policing, or is that, how did that number get so high?
Yeah, thank you. I was supposed to talk about the adjustment for our 2026 goals, and this is a really good segue. So I think that we weren't necessarily. I think the number for the hotspot crime patrols, and maybe I should just tell you what that is. It's really problem-based policing. So if we know that there is a crime or an area that's likely to generate crime, like maybe like a 10th in Michigan on a weekend, we'll put officers out specifically on that crime, hotspot crime, to try to deter the crime from happening. We can also use it to respond to a series of incidents. Say if we had a number of car break-ins where people are stealing from unlocked or locked cars, we would use that code to show where we are or how we're responding, so we can plot the date and plot the times and plot the map location in response to crime. I think what you see there, we had a goal of, I think, 36, and we had a whole bunch of them, 620. That was probably not using that code enough, even though we were doing it, and probably an artificially low number. As you can see, you probably don't have 2026 goals, but sorry, the hotspot crime patrols, we've adjusted our benchmark to 500 to reflect what we think we can, what we should be obtaining, and hopefully it's more than that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Seeing, Alder Perella.
Thank you. Just is something that came to mind about the decrease in involuntary commitment. I was hoping that was the result. The decrease, I was hoping it was a result of the correspondent program, but then I see that last year it was much higher and the previous year it was much lower. Do you see anyway a connection there with the correspondent program, and how come last year was so much higher then?
Yeah, I don't know if I can answer why we had 17 more than the year before. I think there might be a couple of different factors. The numbers were up from last year countywide, so it wasn't just our agency, it was all of Sheboygan County. I think we're still doing a really good job compared to what we were for the 5-year average. But I think that with mental health commitments like that, it's really hard to have a set number, because it really it's really the need of the people at the time. And, some of it might have to do with a loss of a pretty big resource in our community when it comes to people being able to voluntarily check themselves in. So it's really hard to say, but I still think that there's a huge effect, a huge positive effect for the program, and it's something we're very lucky to have.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Seeing none, I would be looking for a motion to file. Alder Boris made the motion, Alder Perla made the second. All in favor, state aye. Aye. Chair votes aye, and it is filed. Item number 8, report 50-25-26 by a city clerk submitting a license application. So I guess we can talk about that. Alder Boris.
Thank you, Chair. For context, is this a second license for an existing business owner? Or is this a new license with a brand new entity? Can you give us some detail on that, please?
City Attorney.
This is a new legal entity, a separate license for that legal entity.
And is that entity owned by anyone else here in Sheboygan that currently holds a liquor license?
The registered agent of this LLC is the spouse of a registered agent for a different LLC that holds an alcohol license.
Okay. Another follow-up?
Yeah.
And is this the only available license that's being applied for? Is there only one existing license available right now that this would?
There is one license that is available and is not at issue with this application. This application is a transfer of license from a seller, a business seller, to a business buyer.
Okay, so it's a transfer as opposed to a new license.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Alder Perla.
Yeah, can you please, thank you, Chair. Can you please clarify, is this a transfer from whom again?
I believe the business seller is My Place LLC, and they are selling their business as well as the alcohol license to the license applicant that's before you.
Oh, okay. Good, so there is no change of location. The business stays in that place. It just there is a transfer of license.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Would you like a follow-up, Alder Perla?
No,
Okay.
not to this.
All right. Is there any other discussion? Alder Heidemann.
Thank you, Chair. In issuing this license, you think that the owner of the business would actually be here?
Right.
Is this we just don't automatically do these things.
Right.
So I'm going to make a motion to deny.
We're still in discussion, but we'll take that motion. Alder Boris.
Thank you, Chair. So this is a new entity or a separate LLC that's been created by a business owner who currently holds a license, if I understand correctly. Is that correct, Attorney Majerus?
The registered agent for the applicant is the spouse of the registered agent of a different entity.
And
that
what
owns a
entity is
license.
that?
It is J.N. Cortez LLC, operating as Mi Ranchito on Indiana Avenue.
Okay, thank you. And are there any, is there any input or concerns or thoughts that the police captain here would have to share with us about this license issuance?
If I may, I'll offer that when the police department, the clerk's department, and the city attorney's department first assessed this application consistent with our policies and procedures, there was not a reason to recommend denial.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Captain could be on that.
City Clerk.
I just wanted to clarify that we don't always invite the applicants to this meeting, and we didn't. It was, so if we want him to be at the meeting, you could hold it for 2 weeks and invite him to be here to speak as well. I just wanted to let you know that.
All right, thank you. Any other comments? Otherwise, we still have a motion to deny. I would need a second.
If I may,
Yes.
Captain Kaczynski may have more to share. I was just speaking on behalf of the staff that reviews these applications.
All right, then we will let Captain Kaczynski.
All right, I'm going to try to speak on behalf of the police department, and I'm going to watch for Captain Kaczynski's facial expressions to make sure that I'm on track. So the registered agent for this LLC is known to the police department due to earlier police contacts. Some of those contacts have involved disruptive behavior around an alcohol establishment. When we look at whether there is grounds to deny an application for an alcohol license, we follow the state statutes, and the state statutes limit the things that we can consider. We can consider conviction records or pending criminal charges for actions that substantially relate to the licensed activity. So a classic example when we are training municipal lawyers is that someone who applies for an alcohol license shouldn't be denied because they have an OWI conviction, because alcohol, while it is a factor, is not substantially related to the licensed activity, right? So in this case, we are aware of police contacts. We are aware of interactions with the registered agent, none of which rose to the level of supporting a denial recommendation.
Alder Perella.
Does that mean then SPD is not recommending either way, or is not recommending a denial?
I think SPD's preference would be denial, but as city staff, we do not recommend denial.
Thank you. I have to admit I'm a little conflicting on this. And I would prefer to have the owner of the business present for this. And just to clarify, so we decide ahead of time when to ask them to be here or not, right? So in this case, we did not ask, or we suggest. How does it work?
City Clerk.
I think that we usually tell them the date that their license will be available, and if there are any questions, that we will reach out and contact them with that.
And therefore, this was not the case.
Correct.
Okay. And the other question, quickly, is granting this license still leaves us one license available, right?
Correct.
Okay.
This was my place's license. It wasn't one up for.
Right, an existing one. Okay.
Correct.
I'm done.
All right,
Thank you.
You're done? All right. All right, well, we still have an open motion on the floor to deny. And I will second that. So we will have a vote for denial. So all in favor, state aye. Aye. All oppose? Okay, so that does not pass, so I am still looking for a motion.
I make a motion to hold until our next committee meeting and to invite the potential licensee here to respond to questions.
All right.
Second.
All right, Alder Boris made the motion, Alder Perla made the second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, that is approved. So we will invite them for our next meeting. All right, our next meeting date will be February 23rd, 2026. We have exhausted the agenda. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Alder Boris made the motion, Alder Perla made the second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are adjourned at 4:55. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.